Well, hello there. Welcome to Healthy Cooking with your friendly Italian. I'm Jim Biro.
I'm Marilyn Biro.
And we have the pleasure of having some guests with us today. Pat and Ann Sandroni from Nonni's and New York Deli are here with us, and we're here to talk about the wonderful time of Christmas, the wonderful things that we can get at Nonni's, and we're going to be talking about the food of Christmas Eve. We're going to be talking about the traditions of Christmas and as it relates to food and what is served. We're going to give you some recipes. So, welcome. How are you all?
Very good.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
These people are great people. They are hard workers. They just finished Thanksgiving and having turkey
How many
dinners.
Did you serve?
381 this year.
381 people. They're wonderful people, and they have a New York Deli, which has great sandwiches and soups, and they have Nonni's. And we're going to highlight on Nonni's for the holidays, for Christmas, because
he has all the ingredients.
all these
wonderful
things.
ingredients that you use, particularly for Italian families
Right.
on Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve is a very special time in the Italian household.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you don't have to go to Syracuse or Rochester. You just go to Nonni's, and they've got wonderful things. They've got things from New York. They've got. Well, we're going to go through the whole thing, and we're going to love
And
it.
lots of wonderful presents.
And yes, so you can shop till you drop at Nonni's and eat while you're shopping.
And if you need a house gift, if you're being invited someplace, there would be all kinds of delightful things down in Nonni's that you can bring.
All right.
Whether it's food or some kind of thing to serve with, or candies or whatever.
Candies, yeah.
So
we're gonna show a tape of Nonni's, and we'll comment on it, and then after that's finished we'll talk about the wonderful things that they have, and they can explain to us some of the things that we have, and I can tell you the favorite things that I enjoy there and what Marilyn enjoys and what you can buy. Okay, so we're gonna show the tape now. Here we are. It's nicely decorated. Nice,
yes,
did a
it
nice
looks
job.
lovely.
Pat did all the decorations, right?
Uh-huh.
No,
Sure he
I had
did.
it for my wife.
And I love the photographs as you walk in. Father Beattini is a relative of that, but I have to mention that Father Beattini was one of 4 priests that married Jim and I. So I always like to go see Father Beattini when I walk into
Yep.
Nonni's.
We're going by. I caught a glimpse of the Marilyn's favorite spot,
The gelato.
Gelato. Look at those wonderful olives that they have. The roll of provolone and the
Panini rolls.
panini
Yes.
rolls. Is that what they're okay?
Yep.
And the capogal and the prosciutto.
Copa,
Yeah.
prosciutto.
Okay. And
provolone.
the sharp provolone that you all have is absolutely wonderful.
And all those aged Parmesans and the Romanos are
Yeah.
just wonderful. And they have them, either you can buy them in a block or you can buy
Yep.
them
Great.
grated. Yeah.
And right straight from New York, biscotti. How can you beat that? And here is my downfall: all the pastries, the pizzelles.
Pizzelles.
What do you have there?
What do you got there?
The pizzelles. We got the little Italian meatballs.
Yeah.
We got sesame cookies.
The apricot and raspberry filled.
Apricot and
Right.
raspberry.
And you-
The
and-
fig.
Yeah.
Fig.
What do you call those?
Cannolis.
At my age, I don't want to do all that baking
Tiramisu.
All right,
anymore.
all right, Pat, what are those things in the middle? Those little pots?
Pastichets?
Pasta.
Oh, I love those.
There's chocolate, vanilla, and lemon.
Yeah.
And again, have some gelato while you're
Oh, yeah.
shopping.
Yeah.
Jowls, all homemade.
Yeah,
It's made in
Or
Auburn.
you can sit down and have an espresso.
right.
I mean, they got it all covered. Some wonderful Italian candies are also there, and we're and down here I think there's a look that
Italian pottery.
Italian pottery
From Italy.
right,
There you go.
right.
Yes.
Ann goes to New York and picks this stuff out.
Yep.
I know
do.
she
does.
does.
I do. It's
She'll be
fun.
going back there pretty soon.
I'm sure she is.
I know people
Got a lot
like.
of cento. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Got a lot of cento food.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ferraras.
Which is a very good brand.
Yep.
The Cento food is.
And you have lupini too, right?
Yep.
Dried lupini.
I have dried lupinis and one's
Wonderful.
already made.
San Marzano tomatoes. That is the best to make
If
sauce
you're going
out
to
of.
make marinara sauce, don't use anything else.
Pasta machine.
Pasta machine, yeah.
Pizza boards.
They've got it all covered.
Lady
You
fingers.
can do all your Christmas
You
shopping.
can make
here.
your own biscottis.
Yep,
They're
there's
really
Yeah.
biscotti
amazing
mix.
mixes. They're
Yeah.
really, really good.
Then Jim's spot, his favorite spot, cookbooks.
Yes.
Right.
And my favorite chef, Lydia, is there.
Lydia, Rocco.
Rocco, yeah.
Who else is over there?
Another.
Barefoot
Mario.
Contessa.
Yeah,
Mario.
Mario. Okay. Yeah.
Giada.
Giada's there.
So look at this. They've got it all covered, people. This is absolutely, absolutely wonderful. And some of the things that I wanted to highlight that I've had there that I enjoy. Pat says he's not going to give me the recipe for his sausage, but
His sausage is wonderful.
his sausage is great, and the meatballs are fantastic. They're
And Ann
moist.
makes those.
Ann makes those,
Yes.
and then you make lasagna,
Homemade lasagna.
stuffed shells.
Homemade stuffed shells.
Raviolis.
Raviolis.
Manicottis.
Manicottis.
Right.
Fettuccine I make.
Yeah, and
So, you see,
and-
if you want to have Christmas Eve, you don't even have to cook. You just
Just
go
get a pan of
Go
lasagna or
have
some shells
them.
and meatballs.
Eggplant lasagna we just made.
and
He does a stuffed eggplant. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, I
and
bet
the
that would be
bread, the
wonderful.
bread is
I made
great.
every day there.
Yeah, and do you make that in house? The dipping sauce that you put with the
Pat
olive oil?
makes
Yep, I
that.
make it right
That's
there.
he won't
Which-
give me the recipes. He hides his
We
little
have to
piece
have-
of paper.
We have to have secret
Got 'em.
recipes, right?
That gets in the wrong hands.
You never know what'll
happen.
happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his recipe for
So
his
just go
stuffing.
buy the mix and give it to your best friend.
Yep.
There you go.
And that is good on everything.
It is.
Yeah.
We've
Not
had
just
it on
for
cube
dipping.
steaks.
Yes.
It's
Chicken,
wonderful.
put in
You
your
use it
sauce.
as a
put it-
rub, I would
yeah,
imagine.
Oh, yeah.
rubs. Oh my God, people.
And you mix it with oil for dipping with
Yeah.
your bread. Okay.
And you're going to have panettone in for
Yeah, the
each.
Yep, I just got my panettones.
And the panettones are wonderful, and it makes the best toast. Or if you want French toast,
Yeah.
out of this world, and it's very good. And the olives you have there are fantastic. And we talked about the mozzarella.
Now, do you make the mozzarella, Pat?
We don't.
No, we don't. I have it come in, but it's.
It's
I
the
saw a lot
best.
of it. It's a log.
You know, it's the best I've had.
Yes.
I mean, I really, really love your mozzarella.
The cheeses that we do get in any of our products, they're the best. You know, the best sharp provolone. We just had a customer came in from Auburn, gets 2 pounds of it, and it's the best they can find anywhere. We really do try to keep the quality stuff in there.
It's an unknown gem here in Seneca Falls, but we want to make it known.
Right.
That's right.
Come
Yes.
and do this.
And that mozzarella, last time I was in, Pat, I buy it a log out, if you will, and it is so soft. And he gave me a cheese slicer so I could, which
It
is
was like a wire.
a wire.
You gave him the wire to
and we
do that.
slice
Slice
through
it.
it. It's unbelievable. I haven't had anything that I haven't got there is wonderful. Great place to do your Christmas shopping. All kinds of wonderful things. And while you're there, you can eat and drink and get all these great things. You can take care of all your Christmas shopping.
So now that you do all these at the Nonni's, what do you do for Christmas Eve? Because this program is all about traditions and what do you do for Christmas Eve?
I don't know. This year
Well,
we're
his
having.
family gets together. They usually will do the roasted chestnuts.
Yep.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's
And,
something that my
Chestnuts
father
and-
loved. Yes.
What's the other things that your family does? Well, your dad, he's big into making the lasagnas
Right.
and
Lasagna,
the
he
cutlets
makes,
and
cutlets.
Right?
Makes the torta.
the rice pie.
Yeah.
And,
The rice
the
pies
rice
you use
pie.
at that time of the year, yeah.
and his brother will do like a pizza with pancetta and stuff on it and olive oil.
Mostly all homemade.
Yeah.
This year we're having homemade raviolis.
Right. Okay. And what are you stuffing your raviolis with this year?
One of my grandmother's
Not going to tell you.
meats.
Meat.
It's a secret.
It's a
It's a
ground
meat
beef
ravioli,
These
not
are
a
Italian.
Veals and
I won't
pork.
tell you anything.
See,
You got to go get it there.
yep.
It was hard to get the recipe from the family as it
I
was.
mean, there's something about this Italian tradition, even in our family, was all about, oh, well, who made it better, and
Oh,
what's
yeah.
their secret ingredient, and
Marilyn, tell
all
them-
of that kind.
Tell them the story about we used to have the 7 fishes, right? And one of the fishes was eel.
My grandmother wanted eel. Now, she had to have my mother and my aunt do the eel. So in comes this real eel.
Live eel.
Live
Live.
eel.
Oh.
And neither my mother nor my Aunt Ella wanted, because you have to skin it, apparently.
Yep.
So it fell
On the kitchen floor.
on the kitchen floor, and they couldn't find it. And both of them were absolutely freaked out about the eel running around the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they had to call somebody, some friend. My cousin Norma called some friend, and he came and got the eel. I don't know if anybody, and none of us would ever eat the eel.
Nobody ate
Grandma
it.
wanted the
Nobody
eel,
liked it.
but nobody would eat it.
But it was tradition.
You gotta have
Yes.
it.
Let's talk a little bit about traditions of what people around the world eat at this time of the year. We had been invited to this Scandinavian dinner.
Norwegian family.
Right, and they had lefse. Do you ever heard of lefse? It is a potato bread, and it comes out extremely thin.
It would be just almost like a crispelli if you put
Okay.
it to an Italian, very thin, very hard to make. But, that, like the Italian women knew how to do something, these women knew how to make lefse.
And I'm trying to make this thin. And you know what I finally figured out how to do it? You know the pasta maker?
Yes.
I used the pasta maker. And,
Right,
it,
there
and,
you
it,
go.
and it
Perfect.
worked. And the lefse is good. Now, they have other things that they serve at Christmas
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, is one of which is called lutefisk.
Oh, that was not good.
Lutefisk is cod
I was gonna say, I think I know it.
I had
and
it.
lye.
It is. It's cured with
it's
lye
disgusting.
instead of. I mean, Italians cure their cod with
Absolutely
salt,
disgusting.
but
They do it with
they cure their cod with lye.
I
It's
have not
very
found
good.
anybody that likes it, but it's tradition. We have it, they have it at Christmas.
I didn't like it.
Right.
No.
The only thing worse that I ever had was out in Iceland. They have rotten shark.
Rotten shark. That was
That-
even
that was
worse.
bad.
Yes.
That was bad.
But, okay.
But anyways, this was tradition. You go to Mexico and they always serve pozole. Pozole is dried corn that they add water to and it puffs up, and they serve that. In Australia, they have wild boar at Christmas time. And in France, and Marilyn can associate with this, when we were first married, they have bûche de Noël, which is a log.
You make this log, like a
a
jelly roll
paste.
log,
Okay.
and then you put chocolate on it. So my husband decides, this is soon after we're married and we're living in Geneva, that I should make this for all our friends. Now I've got babies. And I went through that one day. I said, don't ever ask me to make this thing again. It was terrible because it was a jelly roll, and then you had to decorate. You had to put the chocolate on it, and
Yeah, it wasn't worth the effort, let me
No.
tell you. And then another thing in our family, we don't do it anymore, is snake soup. You look at, snake.
No, but it isn't snake.
It isn't. It is crispelli that you put cheese in, and you roll up the crispelli, and you make some wonderful broth, okay? And you put 3 of these long crispelli in a bowl, and you pour soup over it. And they look like snakes. So my kids would call
As
them.
it unfolds in the
Oh,
soup roll,
okay.
because you've rolled it, and then it just
Gotcha. Opens up,
right,
all right.
opens up.
So
What's your family makes that bread your brother makes? What's that called? Bucciolato?
Oh, bucciolato.
And what is
The
that?
anise cake.
The anise
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
nuts and the sprinkles. That's a big holiday thing.
Then the sausage roll we made.
yeah.
And one time I walked in and there was this was it a pig's head or
Pig's
a
head.
goat's head sitting there?
Oh,
I would
that
like.
was a goat's head.
And we
Goat's
used to
head.
have the goat. That
So-
was at Easter in our family, and the
And-
head of the house ate the head. Yeah,
And I
that's
refuse
another.
to eat it.
Yeah, I didn't
That wasn't
partake
one of
in
my
that one
favorites.
But
either.
it
either.
sat right on our washer as soon as you walked in the door. and
There it
everybody
was.
said that.
The goat head and the eel could go in the same
Category.
You know, and lutefisk, they can all go.
But that's how we were brought up. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's tradition. It's just part, and it's the gathering of people at a very special time. And you have these traditions, and you look back on them. Whether you like the food or not is immaterial.
Exactly.
It's
It was family, and that's what you
right.
did.
That's right. And this is the time for family. Well, maybe I should give a few recipes, Marilyn.
Well, I think, yes, we've simplified things, and I think we've gotten back down to we just make a fish stew Christmas Eve. So.
Yeah, we don't do the 7 fishes.
You're right.
We do. My family is from the province of Abruzzi, and they make a fish stew. Every country has a fish stew. It's either in the form of a bouillabaisse or a cioppino or wherever. Well, this is our rendition of that, and we have it listed with us, and you can pick up the recipe. And it's really very simple to make. You're going to put a lot of different things in it. You're going to put a little olive oil in a pan and heat it up. Mince up an onion and let it cook. Don't let it get brown. Just let it cook for about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. Add 3 cloves of garlic. Now, you're not going to like this, but it's good. 2 minced anchovies. You won't.
They really
whether
do.
you like anchovies or not, they're going to be good in there.
She's not in the anchovy.
Well, if it's in something,
Yeah.
you can add the flavor.
There's
Not
something
like
about that anchovy, just a few,
Yes.
that intensifies the. I can understand. I can't eat anchovies either.
like on a pizza,
No,
nah,
no.
but in something, yes.
And in a Caesar salad, you got to have anchovies.
Yeah.
in Caesar. So and then we're going to add some hot pepper to it, and we're going to cook that for about a minute. Then we're going to add about 1/3 of a cup of red wine vinegar, and you're going to cook that for about a minute. Then we're going to add a cup of white wine and cook that for about 3 minutes. Let that dissipate a bit. Geez, I'm using big words today.
Good for you.
Then we're going to add 5 cups of diced tomatoes. Let that simmer for about 5 minutes. Now, here comes the good part about it. We're going to add 1/2 pound each of halibut, swordfish, cod that are all in 2-inch chunks. Now, if you don't like those fishes, fine. Use whatever you want. Flounder, haddock, whatever you want. Put that in there. Then add some shrimp and some scallop. Now, make sure at this point in time you don't overcook this. Only for about 2 minutes.
Right.
After that, and then you add some squid that has been cut up into rings. Cook that for about a minute. Season it with a little salt and pepper. Add some chopped parsley over the top. Drizzle a little bit of olive oil over that.
There, we're all ready to eat.
And now
I just need some bread from Noni's, and
Right.
you're
that's,
Yes,
that's
yes,
exactly right. Bread from Noni's and a glass of wine,
Oh,
and
sounds
you
good.
have got it.
You'll have
right?
Christmas Eve and just, you'd have all 7 fishes in one pot. And
Yep.
it'll all work.
Great dish. Good dish for Christmas Eve. Another fish dish, and this comes from the province of Umbria, which is a very simple baked fish fillet. In this case, I'm using a tilapia. You could use whatever kind of white fish fillets
You
you
wanted
would
a
like.
little on the firm side, not too.
Yeah. You got to be careful that it doesn't fall apart on
It's
you.
like,
So what we're going to do with these tilapia, we're going to season them with salt and pepper, and we're going to add a little lemon juice and garlic and white wine and let that set in there for a minute. And then we're going to top that with some dried oregano, some lemon zest,
dried oregano from Noni's.
yes.
There we go.
some hot pepper flakes, and some breadcrumbs. Now, I like the Japanese breadcrumbs, the panko.
Okay.
And then drizzle a little bit of olive oil over the top and bake it at 400 degrees for only about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Bring it out, and now the special ingredients that really makes this dish, you mix together some roast red peppers from Noni's, some capers, some pecorino cheese, some garlic, and some galleta olives, and some olive oil, chopped, and just sprinkle that over the
There's
top.
a lot of those ingredients.
All of them.
All of those ingredients can be bought at Nonni's.
And it's an easy dish to make. It
make
really
the
is.
sauce. Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And the third dish, we have to talk about this, is bacala. Bacala is dried codfish. And it comes in two forms. It comes in a form where it looks like a bat, and it's very, very dry.
That's really dry.
And really dry. Or you can get it in little wooden boxes, which has a little bit more pliable. The problem, either like it or you don't like cod, salted cod. The problem with it, you have to soak it for 2 days, and you have to change the water continually to do so. So some people don't like that. And also, when you cook cod or bacala, it tends to stink up the house for 4 or 5 years.
Well, the fish does tend to.
Now, if
Put a
you,
candle.
yeah, now, if you really don't want to follow the tradition, you can get fresh cod and do the same thing with this. And what we're going to do is we're going to make fish cakes, if you will. And again, a very easy dish to make. We're going to take 1 pound of either salted cod that we've put in cold water and change the water for at least a day, and change the water, or fresh cod, and we're going to take it. In either case, we're going to put it in a 3-quart pan, cover it with some water, and simmer it for about 10 minutes. Let it drain it and let it cool, and then flake it up, and then soak 3 slices of Nonni's bread in water. Squeeze the water out. Mix in 1 cup of roasted pepper, the bread that you've soaked, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of parsley, 2 tablespoons of capers, and the cod, and go ahead and chill it for about 30 minutes. And while we want to do that, because we're going to make those into balls, and if it'll cool down, and do it that way. Then you want to make it into a ball. The easiest way to make it into a ball is to take, and I do this all the time, is use an ice cream scoop.
Yeah.
Right? And you make it into a ball. Then you make a batter out of some beer, egg yolks, lemon zest, and flour. Dip these codfish balls in the batter and fry them, and bring them out and let them set for about 15 minutes. A little twist of lemon juice or a slice of lemon over the top. Garnish it with a little parsley, and you have died and gone to heaven.
So we're giving you some ideas about that.
I'll be cooking those for you.
Right. We can share the
For me.
recipes. They'll be on our site. But why don't you again mention some of the things that you have available at Nonni's for all these wonderful holidays that
We
are
got
coming
all
up?
our holiday bulbs. It's a Wonderful Life bulb, our Christmas tree bulbs.
They're all imported, hand painted from
That's right,
Rampini,
yeah.
Italy,
Right.
and
All our pottery is all from Rampini.
Right.
all from
handmade,
Italy.
All
You've-
from Italy.
And for catering wise, he does olive trays, he has antipasta trays, cheese and pepperoni and dried sausage trays,
Yeah.
pans of lasagna or tiramisu,
Meat trays.
his Italian
Just
meat
Italian
trays.
meat trays.
These this makes the holidays so much easier if you're having a crowd to let them do this for you.
And don't forget the Italian cookies.
Yeah, we
you can
have-
get trays of Italian
I have
cookies or cannolis.
Trays I got to do for this
Now,
weekend.
do you have
For It's a Wonderful
Toronis?
Life weekend too.
Torronis, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have, what are you call? I can't pronounce them right.
Scofidel's.
Cofidels.
Okay.
But he pronounces them different.
Sfogliatelle.
So there you go. That's the way.
Sfogliatelle looks like a triangle, and it's flaky
It has
pastry.
this ribbon. I just never figure out how,
How
they
they
do
could
it. Do
make
you know
it.
how they get that on there?
My
pastry.
brother Cougar's made them once.
Has he?
I think
I mean,
he
that
said he's
seems
made
to
them
me-
once, and it looks like a slinky. When
Okay.
you cut it and you put it back together.
Is that what you do? You
Yep.
make the dough and then you cut it? Because that looks to me like it's got to be one of the most difficult things to
And
do.
then like the citrus regatta inside.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah,
They
they
are. My,
Those you
my
should buy.
mother,
Nobody
my
should
mother,
try to make those.
I used to have to drive to Utica,
To get them.
and now you got them right here.
Now you can drive the Nonni's again.
So please come and join us and join them at Nonni's, and I'm sure you'll be very, very happy there.
And don't forget, this weekend's A Wonderful Life. You can get down there. They're going to be doing all sorts of great things downtown.
We'll be there all weekend.
Downtown is going to be incredible.
Jumping and
I
jiving.
think.
And if you go to the Taste of Bedford Falls, we'll be sampling foods
You're going to do
there.
that there?
So,
Okay,
yeah.
yes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
I'll have
So-
samples at my place.
All right, and samples of the at
Yep.
Bedford Falls. So you can even taste before
Yeah.
you go
Yep.
purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be out signing autographs for only $100 a
Well,
autograph.
yeah, Jim's playing Mr. Potter.
Oh, you'd be good that.
Yes, so he'll be out on the street on Sunday, and he plays Mr. Potter at what do they call it isn't A Wonderful Life, but it's the radio play
Yeah.
that'll be at the old
right.
We've been
Visitor
doing it for
Center on
years, yeah.
Sunday or on Saturday night. You're in that play.
And I play a mean old banker.
Right.
I don't have
Get
to
your
act
hat.
to do that. Right.
He has to go get his hat.
Yeah.
I get his
right.
hat.
All right.
So we're not going. This is our last show till the new year because we're taking off to go be with our family for Christmas, and we're going to be in Hudson, and we're going to have both grandsons, and we're taking them off skiing. So we will see you all in 2014 with new recipes, and maybe Nonni's or Ann and Pat will give us ideas of some good recipes we should put on our show.
will.
Wonderful.
I want the sausage recipe.
All right. And we wish everybody Buona Natale.
Bona. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank
And
you.
Pat.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you for being with us.
Yes, we really enjoyed it. It was great.
Thank you.
So have a great Christmas and New Year, and we'll see you in the first of the year. Bye-bye.